So let's talk Carnival Row. But before we get into it, let me do a bit of ranting on what TV shows mean to us nowadays, which I promise won't take long, and hopefully I'll make the point I'm trying to make here. So we live in an age where there's so much quality content being produced, and we're doing it faster than ever. And while we're waiting for some of the things we really love, it doesn't feel much of a wait anymore because there's always something to distract you away from such a boring wait. And the new big thing now is TV series, not movies, and there's a very good reason for it. TV series put you in a world with certain characters for a longer time than movies do, and it should be fairly obvious that the longer the time you spend with certain characters or in a world, the more you feel connected to that character, or the more real that world feels than a world that you spend 2 hours in. Books tend to do this a lot better than movies or TV series can, as books let you actually get into the head of the characters and you don't just fly through a book or a series of them in a matter of a few hours. Though I guess it really depends on who you are and how chunky the book is. But TV series come a lot closer to doing what the books do than movies could because of the time factor. But more content also means more budget, and if not that, then the more content has to be squeezed within a smaller budget, and that's one of the main reasons why TV series have always failed to live up to the quality of the movies. But now we're getting big corporations like Amazon, Netflix, etc., spending a load of monies on the TV series. Plus, we have our comic book giants, Marvel and DC, doing the same. And so there has been an uprising in TV series in the past decade, and slowly but surely, people are moving towards TV shows from movies. And so now we're seeing big faces in TV shows. And no, it did not start with Sean Bean, okay? But yeah, movies are losing their flair. They're just not satisfying enough anymore. So, coming back to Carnival Row, let me just say that I was hooked from the very first episode, or from the trailer, in fact, because the ingredients were just right. You've got a world set in World War II sort of era, and you throw in a good chunk of fantasy elements into it, brought by the Fae folks. And it's not one of those stories where the Fae folks are come from some mysterious realm. No, they're part of the same world, kind of like the indigenous people in America, and their land is invaded by men, and a war is fought on their land between two nations, and they suffer the most. And that's just a gist of the setting. I'm not giving anything away. So a lot of things aren't really clear to me yet, like whether the pact is a nation or a group of nation, etc. But yeah, this is not an in-depth review. It's just like I'm just doing a gist of the show. So yeah, and we also have a pinch of steampunk thrown into it, and the enemy, the Pact, seems to be more advanced in the field of technology than the not so bad people, the Burgish. So we have airships, railways, etc., and all these technologies seems to be more advanced in a steampunky fashion than having to do anything with electricity, as far as I can tell. And bringing together all these components can go wrong if not executed well. But let me tell you that this show is very well executed, and I think Mortal Engines, if executed well and not having been squeezed within 2 hours, could have achieved similar results. But yeah, the acting is on point. Orlando Bloom is killing it. The CGI is just not disappointing at all. We're solving mysterious murder cases. We're getting a good look at racism in a Victorian era type of society from a different perspective. Because let's be real, if not for the pucks and centaurs, you got a feel for the pixies. Um, we're getting a touch of politics and dark magic. So I gotta ask you, what else do you need? And I was actually surprised to find that this was based on just a screenplay, because the quality of the content had me thinking that it's based on a book. So yeah, Amazon Prime's been funding some quality content lately. The Boys was another gem of a show that I had me devouring the episodes, a lot of them in a day. So yeah, thanks for watching. This was a spoiler-free version of my take on Carnival Row. I would be doing a more in-depth review on it sometime soon. Until then, goodbye.